Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Odin's movie blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. How is everyone doing this evening? I know that I am extremely tired. Just got home from rehearsal, which was very tiring. I had to run one of the most tiring numbers in the show, at least for my character, several times, and so I am just sweaty and disgusting, and I feel awful. So we'll see how long I can go tonight. I'm gonna try and go for at least an hour or so. So I'm gonna try and finish around 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. That way we're not up too late. But we do have a few things to talk about, because not only do we have those just amazing comments from Sophie Turner herself about Georgia and not wanting to film in Georgia, even though, of course, there are many other places in the world, countries in the world, that do significantly worse things than try and save babies with heartbeats. God forbid that anyone tries to save a baby with a heartbeat. But now we've also got a scene that for some reason they thought it was a good idea to release the week of the movie, where you have a character who just says a line completely out of nowhere that is woke as F. I honestly, when the line happened, I literally gasped. I thought to myself, wait, what? What? Did Mystique just say that? Did J-Law literally just say that comment? Because that comment came out of nowhere. That comment had no sense whatsoever, except for, oh, we're going to make this film all about identity politics now, because that's just what we're going to do. Anyway, we've got a lot of things to cover tonight. So, Mr. Peabody, what's going on? Mark Krell, Peter Sharon, Charon, G-Monk76, Stevie J Movie Reviews. What's going on? Alex Picard, there's Odin. How's the day going? It's going just okay. Mark Krell, it's a live stream. You're right. Yiva, what's going on? 70B, what is going on? What's going on? Sup, Guardian Gamer, what's going on? Cosmozal, Jimmy, what's going on? The Senate is here as well. Good day. John Early says, can you imitate the N64 Mario voice? It's me, I'm Mario. I have no idea. No idea if it's worth anything at all, but hello to my D-Live people. Laura's dancing. Laura's putting all the things over on the D-Live. What's going on, D-Live peeps? Darkstar57, greetings. Wonderful. Mr. Peabody says, we want pics of you on stage in costume. Well, we haven't gotten to that point yet, and you might. Patrons will probably get those. So if you want to see more of those, patrons. Iron Vet says, how's everyone doing? How's Odin? I'm doing well, at least better shape than Mr. Harloff. Hope he's getting better. Whoo, man. Oh, Harloff went off on oh my gosh. I've never seen someone so entitled in my life. Well, I never did get to go, and I've been, busting my ass defending Star Wars. Man, I didn't get to go. I wasn't invited. Man. And what was even better was he was fighting with his producer, and his producer saying, wait, so you're not going to cover Collider content on Collider? He's like, no. And I'm like, okay, so you're throwing a hissy fit, and then your producer is showing just how crappy Collider is in general because of the fact of them covering this nonsense. It was just, the fact that the cracks were starting to show and that Collider was revealing itself to be the shill machine that it was. Oh, it was beautiful to see. And it's sad because Christian Harloff used to be such a cool dude. Like, seriously, when it was just the schmoes, when it was just two normal dudes before they got picked up and got all, fancy and got all corporate and bought out, they used to be really cool peeps. And now it's like, great, now I can't listen to a damn word you say because you are just as entitled as any Hollywood elite and as any mainstream critic. It was, it was both satisfying but also sad because he used to be so good. Soul Assassin, what's going on, bruv? It's Drop Productions. Hello, greetings, my lord. I saw Godzilla yesterday night. Well, God help you for that. You know my thoughts. Super says, hello, my dude. What is up? What's going on, bruv? How's it going, Lou? How's it going as well? Starting off with a super chat. What's up? Echo Base Network says, thoughts on the Christian Harloff meltdown on Collider about not getting invited to Disney Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Just talked about it. I thought it was a hissy fit being thrown by a critic who has gotten too big in his own ego. He's gotten too big in his own ego, and I think that Collider has not helped that. I think that what it shows us is that Collider itself is nothing more than a shill organization, and that it is creating an atmosphere for these mediaites to think so highly of themselves because of all the clicks and all the views and all the sponsorships that they have, that they honestly have lost any semblance of what they used to be. They used to be good people. They used to be solid sources. They used to be people that you could trust. At least the schmoes. Because, again, I remember watching the shows like, 5, 6, 7, 10 years ago when they first started off, when they were just two normal dudes. That's why they were called the schmoes. They're everyday schmo people talking about movies. And then all of a sudden they got the press passes and they were still acting like schmoes. But then as soon as they got picked up by Collider, as soon as they started getting all these promotions and everything, and got picked up by a network, etc. I mean, it's just been awful. It really has been. And that, to me, the Christian Harloff meltdown was both good and bad. It was good because it showed us clearly that Christian Harloff has proven himself to be a whiny shill who expects everything to be given to him because he's like, I've been shilling for you, and so therefore you owe me this. And then it also helped to expose Collider behind the scenes with the producer saying, oh, well, you got to do this because, this is part of your job, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, dude, Christian Harloff is one of the owners. Christian Harloff is one of the reasons why you even have Collider being as successful as it was. Without the schmoes, Collider would be nothing. Let's just be honest for a second. If you think that those other personalities like Roka, if you think Roka could actually hold down the fort without Ellis and Harloff, good luck with that. Oh, good luck with that. I would love to see them try and do that. Roka, God, king of the shills and one of the biggest asshats on Twitter of all time. Alexander, what's going on, man? What idiotic thing did Sophie say? Oh, remember she said, I'm not going to do any projects in Georgia because they passed a bill that protects children who have a heartbeat from being aborted, from being killed, from being murdered. Oh my God. God forbid. God forbid. And now her and all of her Hollywood elitists are trying to say, we're going to boycott Georgia. That's not what you're supposed to do. Seriously, that is not the job of a movie studio. I mean, you can have an opinion. You can have an individual thought. But seriously, we're not going to go to your state anymore, and we're going to hurt you financially, and we're going to boycott you as a state completely because you want to support children with heartbeats. God forbid you help a child with a heartbeat. That's how evil this has become, in all seriousness. The fact that even a heartbeat is not enough to define a human life, that's ridiculous. So, Sophie Turner, I'm disgusted by those comments. I'm disgusted that you hold that point of view, that a heartbeat is not enough for a life to exist in your mind. And then I'm, of course, disgusted by that freaking line that Mystique says out of nowhere, literally having a conversation with Professor Xavier about how everything's going to chaos. And then at the last second, she throws in a random line about saying, well, you know what? The women are saving the men around here too much. Maybe we should start calling it the X-women, and then leaves. Seriously. Conversation, normal back and forth, out of nowhere. Well, the women are saving the men. We might as well call it the X-women. Bam, gone. The line is totally out of place. It makes no sense. The fact that they've released it the week the movie comes out, the fact that Sophie Turner has made the comments saying basically oh yeah, if you're in Georgia, screw you. If you're pro-life, if you think that a heartbeat should be a standard, because obviously I can go into my own standards about conception, but that a heartbeat, if you believe that, I don't care about you anymore. I'm not going to go to your state anymore. Oh, you're backwards, Bible Belt people. So it's okay, fine. Good luck. Good luck selling your movie this weekend, everybody, because the movie's going to suck already. The movie already looks like it's going to be absolute trash. And now you've got these two things coming out at the same time, and it's shut up. Oh, it's awful. It's awful, 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 and it's just so cringeworthy, but it's also great because they're exposing themselves for who they really are. And it's about damn time that they make it very abundantly clear that all the things that we've been saying, because they've all been oh, no, you're just saying this, you're just spinning it and everything. No, really? Go ahead and look what Sophie Turner said. Go ahead and look at the line that Mystique says in this new trailer clip. And I'm sorry, if you honestly believe that there is not a move for identity politics in Hollywood right now, then you're an idiot. I mean, seriously, there's no other words for it. I don't like using that word, but you're an idiot if you are still denying this fact. Because it is a fact. Sorry, I'm enjoying a shake after rehearsal. Soul Assassin says, Christian Harloff textbook definition of a man baby. Yep, pretty much. I have been shilling for Star Wars forever. I deserve to go to Galaxy's Edge. Sure you do, bud. You used to be worthy when you weren't a giant shill crybaby about it, but you know what? Not anymore. The Senate says the Harloff meltdown was incredible. I laughed my ass off so hard. I mean, I was watching the footage and I was just this was a once great man. This was a once great YouTuber that I respected, that I looked up to. He was one of my inspirations, and now he is whining and complaining because he wasn't given something, and then on air has a fight with his producer. Which, by the way, makes it clear that if Collider for any reason, which they won't, by the way, but if Collider for any reason was like, oh, we want different opinions on here, I'd say, screw you, bud. Because seriously, screw you, man. God. So stupid. Tina says, I didn't even know who this dude Harloff was before today. Now he's another one for me to point to and go, ha ha, ha ha, Nelson style. I get what you mean. No, again, he was part of the Schmoes. He was the Schmoes No. Schmoes No used to be great. It was just two regular dudes, married with kids, just talking about movies. It was great. And then they went corporate, and as you can see, now they've become just so full of themselves. It's ridiculous. John Early says, you know what would be weird? If they hired Selena Gomez to be Selena Kyle. Because Gomez and Pattinson have really young-looking faces, so they wouldn't look out of place next to each other. That is true. However, I personally don't want that. Stevie J. Moo Review says, Karloff's producer was unprofessional too. Shill versus shill, I have to laugh. No, seriously, his producer was so unprofessional. And it's funny because it's sad because the producer was saying, oh, we can, you're the one that brought this up. You're a producer, dude. You should be saying, hey, man, let's save this for later. Hey, man, let's get back to the topic. Hey, man, let's move on. Instead, he was like, oh, let's have this out live on air. This is good television. This is good. It's all about the ratings, guys. Because guess what? Us talking about this right now is sending so much traffic over to Collider because everyone's going to be like, oh, my God, what happened? What happened? Don't go there. Don't go to Collider. Don't give them the clicks. Don't give them the views. Because this has now exposed them. You can go to a site like Bounding Into Comics. You can go to any one of those sites, and they'll have all the information that you need right there, embedded in their site, and then you don't have to give a damn thing to Collider. You can get all the information that you need there, or in plenty of other videos. In fact, I would recommend Drunk 3PO. Huge shout out to Drunk 3PO. Go check out his channel. He has the video in hhis video. Watch it there, because then Drunk 3PO gets the view. And Drunk 3PO does some really excellent coverage. He's the one that kind of broke the story to be, in the first place. I'm sure other people were talking about it, but as far as YouTubers that I follow, he was the first to really, hone in on it. And man, oh man, it was a really sad thing to see at the end of the day. Mr. Millennium says, these companies and celebrities try to strong-arm a place like Georgia when they wouldn't dare pull that crap in other countries, especially Jordan. I know, seriously. I would love to see Sophie Turner, Sophie Turner, she's so brave for speaking out. No, Sophie Turner, you know what? How about you go to Saudi Arabia? How about you go to a foreign country, a foreign nation, where it's not even just about, equal rights. It actually is what equal rights are supposed, seriously. They're going to complain and, heartbeats, we can't protect heartbeats. And then I think to myself, okay, so why don't you go over to the Middle East where women are treated as second-class citizens, where they literally can't be in a place by themselves without a man, where they can't drive in certain situations, where they can't vote, where they can get killed for doing something that they didn't do, for being accused of something they didn't do. Why don't you go there? If you're so brave, Sophie Turner, why the hell don't you go there? Same thing goes to Brie Larson and all of the other idiotic people that speak out in Hollywood on a daily basis, trying to be like, oh, this country is so hateful. This country, these toxic YouTubers. No, you want toxicity? Go over there, where men and women are being killed just for being gay. There are people today who are going to be slaughtered overseas because of their orientation. Why don't you go to those countries? Why don't you go speak out there? Instead of you saying, oh my God, Georgia passed a bill saying that we should protect a heartbeat. Seriously, man, there are so many words that I have. There are so many words that I would love to say, but it's not conducive to the discussion. It's not going to change anything, except for the fact that you, Sophie Turner, you, Brie Larson and Jennifer Lawrence and, all the Hollywood elites out there who unfortunately in the hashtag MeToo era happen to mostly be women. How about if you want to show true bravery, if you want to get a round of applause and, oh, true equality, fine. Go fight for women that actually need true equality. Instead of whining and moaning about a heartbeat, a freaking heartbeat of a child being protected, why don't you go over there where men and women are being slaughtered for their orientation and where women are being actually mistreated as second-class citizens? Until then, shut your damn mouth and get the hell out of my face. That's what I have to say about that. Makes me so infuriated about all of this nonsense. God. Study B says, tell Laura on D Live I'm up for adoption. I want to go to Disneyland. 70B talking over to Laura. She wants to go. She's up for adoption. Super Anime Gamer says, I'm doing well. Thanks. Celebrate my birthday. Good to hear. Trap Production says, never go corporate, my lord. Yeah, I'm doing what I can. Super says, wait, what? I never watched the schmoes. Who is Christian Harloff? Basically, Drunk 3PO. Watch Drunk 3PO's video, and he'll give you all that you need to know about everything going on. Stevie J Movie Reviews. Roka the Joker. Roka is awful, too. Roka's worse than what Harloff has become. John Early says, Jeremy Johns is better than the show. Dude, Jeremy Johns is awesome. Jeremy Johns is legit. You want to know how you know Jeremy Johns is not a shill? This is a dude that was allowed to go to the series finale of Game of Thrones, and in his review, he talked about how bad it was. He did not hold any punches in his review. He sent other people to the series premiere. That's when you know someone is legit. When they're being given season premieres and gifts to be given out by HBO, when they're going to be given those types of things and yet they're still going to be honest in their reviews, that's when you know you have an honest person on your hands, which is what Jeremy Johns is. Christian Harloff, who the hell knows? Senate says, Jesse, Odin, debate on abortion coming soon. I really don't want to. Because it would get really heated really quickly, and I don't want to ruin that friendship. Is what I'd say about that. I don't want to ruin that friendship. So not anytime soon, I would say, because that would get extremely heated on my part, especially because I'm unabashedly and unapologetically pro-life, because I'm sorry, a human life is a human life and it should be protected. And if we can't even agree that a freaking heartbeat is a sign of life, then in my mind, you're just truly lost. You know? I can at least understand people before a heartbeat. You know, I don't agree with you, but I can at least understand why some people would have some, some thoughts and some differing opinions on. But the fact that we can't even agree that a heartbeat is a sign of life is ridiculous. And that Sophie Turner's going to be like, I don't want to go to Georgia anymore. Okay, fine. Go to Saudi Arabia, be treated as a second-class citizen, and then watch all of your LGBTQIAP friends get killed and slaughtered because of their orientation. Go over there, and then come back, and then you have the right to complain. Until then, shut your mouth. Seriously, shut your damn mouth. Super says, my favorite part of Sophie's anti-abortion comments is that most of Game of Thrones was filmed in Northern Ireland where abortion is illegal. Well, remember that they recently changed the law in Ireland. Alex McCarthy says, I bet that X-Woman line was a Disney last-minute throw-in. It felt like it. It was so forced. The line was so forced, it doesn't match anything with what the scene had already pre-established. It was so bad, and it was so apparently forced. It was ridiculous. G-Monkey says, J-Law is very anti-Trump and SJW, so I wouldn't be surprised if she made them put that in that line. No, it's Hollywood these days. Seriously. It's this hashtag #MeToo, response where they have to put these lines in there. Seriously. Oh, the X-Men, X-Women. Blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't even just that. It was we're talking about something serious, and then, by the way, the women here have been really carrying the load for the men. We really should start to call ourselves the X-Women. That is almost verbatim what the line is. And it's out of the blue, out of nowhere, and then as soon as she finishes it, she's out the door. And it's like, okay, really? Really? That's where you're going to go with it? Oh, man. But yeah, they're ridiculous. They are. The Senate says, I've been using other means to watch Disney films. Hey, I hear you, man. John Early says, Wonder Woman 2017 could have done identity politics like Captain Marvel, but it didn't. Hopefully Wonder Woman 84 doesn't either. I don't think they will, because everything that I've seen so far from Gal Gadot has been the opposite of that. I think that her faith is a major part of that, since obviously if you've seen any pictures of her, they showed her a beautiful picture of her in her head garb praying with her daughter, and I was like, that's awesome. So something tells me that she probably isn't nearly as much on the crazy side of things as others might be. Rosetta Allen says, just wanted to re-thank you for Saturday Rotten Weekend, but that was a great moment for us. No problem, Rosetta. Glad that you were able to enjoy that stream. Alexander, why do all these actors lose their sense when they were new and humble from the street? Why does it bring tears with Love is War, Scorpions Back? Okay, by the way, a song. Yeah, I didn't catch the song. John Miller says, hi, Odin. I wanted to recommend a Netflix original, Always Be My Maybe. It's better than most Netflix moments. Keanu Reeves playing a D-bag. Keanu Reeves' cameo is fantastic. Megan Martinez says, I'm watching The Last Stand right now. It pales in comparison to the first two, along with First Class, Days of Future Past, The Last Stand. We're talking about X-Men 3, The Last Stand? Oh, X-Men 3, The Last Stand is garbage. Last Stand is terrible. Super says, Sophie Turner doesn't surprise me, though. She's a progressive millennial who grew up on a TV set. I don't doubt she grew up super insulated. Oh, no. I guarantee you the people around her is who formed her opinions on that. It's Rap Production says, not interested in Collider, my lord. All this shilling just makes me tired. It's awful. Tina says, Drunk 3PO did a video about $75 drinks at Star Wars Garbage Edge, and it's not Dom Paragon either. Seriously, $75 for a drink at Star Wars? Oh, my God. That's ridiculous. That is stupid. Rosetta Allen says, Sophie Turner doesn't know what real women's rights are. She's a moron. Straight up moron. Yeah, seriously, again, go to a place where women are actually mistreated. Live there, suffer with them, actual suffering, not your, oh, I'm just an overpaid celebrity and I'm going to use that as a way to push my privilege on people. It's so funny how they talk about privilege and yet they're the ones that make millions upon millions of dollars. It's like, seriously, shut the hell up. Thank you. Appreciate it. Alex Berardi says, speaking of Drunk 3PO, I learned from him that $75 drinks are at Galaxy's Edge. Yep, and that's why I really have no desire to ever go there. Peabody says, you said, hey man, so many times I thought you were singing Suffragette City by Bowie. I got some super chats and donations to get to. So Tech Guy, thank you very much for the $2 super chat. Says, I am not seeing that crappy movie Sorry. No, please, don't. I'm only seeing it to review it, and trust me, my money ain't going. Not a dime of my money is going to that studio or to that movie. Not even allegedly, just flat out not happening. But obviously, it's going to be seen. Lou, thank you for the $4 donation through Streamlabs. Always appreciate that. Says cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. Thanks, Lou. I appreciate it. Repalancia, thank you very much for that very generous super chat. Says, if people in the media cannot decide whether they are in the business of reporting news or manufacturing propaganda, it is all the more important that the public understand that difference and choose their news sources accordingly. And that is a quote from Thomas Sowell. Absolutely agree, Reed. Always with the excellent quotes there. And it's true. The fact that news outlets nowadays are all propaganda sites is disgusting. Mikey Martinez, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Sense says, just shows that Sophie Turner is a dumbass. Yep. Rosetta Allen says, funny how many women actually run the pro-life movement. They would never be able to handle Silent No More and other groups of women abused by PP culture. Seriously, you want to know who runs the pro-life movement? Almost all women. Isn't it funny how that works? Isn't that hilarious how that works? Oh, but you're just a man. You have no rights. Well, if I'm the father, yes, I do. Because there is an individual life at the moment of conception that is neither completely of the mother or completely of the father. If you want to break it down scientifically, at conception, you have an individual human life. How do I know there's life? Because cells are reproducing. Cells are multiplying. There's life. Okay, there's life. What kind of life is it? Well, it's got to be human. It's not going to be a giraffe. It's not going to be a dog. All right, so it's human life. All right, we've established that there is human life. And so if you destroy that, what do? You destroy human life. What is the actual definition of murder? The destruction of innocent human life. Wouldn't that life be considered innocent? Well, hasn't done anything wrong, so yes, it would be. Ergo, very simply put, very simple terms, it is murder. Let alone when that life has a heartbeat, its own individual heartbeat with its own individual genetic code, its own chromosomes. I could go through on and on and on. The fact that we can't even agree on a freaking heartbeat is disgusting and so upsetting. And Sophie Turner should be ashamed of herself for pushing this propaganda nonsense, because there are women across the world that are listening to her and believing her and not doing any research into any of it because they just buy into it. They buy into the lie. They buy into it without a second thought, and it's ridiculous. Whew. Anyway. Smooth Jam California says, I liked Sophie Turner in Game of Thrones, but she's getting way too big for her boots. Here with comments hypocritical coming from her, who launched her career filming in Northern Ireland. Yes, that is indeed very true. A very true statement indeed. Super says, just a daily reminder to liberal Hollywood elites and wannabes that in the Middle East, women can be arrested for removing their hijab. Yep, exactly right. Exactly right. Israel Production says, my lord is like, know your role and shut your mouth. No, seriously, I feel like on that rant, I felt like The Rock. I was like, just know your role and shut your damn mouth. Micah Martinez says, you could tell Jeremy didn't like The Last Jedi much at all as well. Yep. Jeremy Johns was very critical of the First Order as well. Rosetta Allen says, I actually stand against what Jesse said, but I can't stand the people trying to silence her either. We won't win hearts and minds that way. I hope our compassion can reach her. No, I agree. And again, that's why I was on that stream, at least in the comments, saying, no, Jesse does not deserve to be fired for her opinion. Her opinion is wrong. Her facts are wrong. And I really am praying. I really am. I'm praying for her conversion. I really am. I'm praying for anyone's conversion that does not see the truth that is right in front of their eyes. But at the same time, she should not be fired for having an opinion that is different than anyone else's. Like that to me is ridiculous. That to me is absolutely ridiculous to do so. Sorry, I'm getting so many let's see, notifications of the wazoo. Okay, anyway. Let's see what we got here. Sentence says, honesty in reviews is impossible to find these days. Not totally impossible. Sentence says, X-Women assemble. Yep, let's have that movie now. Sentence says, this makes me afraid of the MCU X-Men Wolverine is going to be so soy. I don't want this garbage. Yep, if this is the direction they're going in, good luck. Jedi Knight and friend to Alita says the Alita Steelbook is sold out at Best Buy. I believe applauded Alita fans for being great fans. Also on Jedi Council, Harloff walked out when Galaxy's Edge came up. Good. Then he's continuing to throw a hissy fit. He's continuing to show that he's a giant man baby, and he's continuing to show that he's just become a giant shill on top of all of it. But also, just so you know, it's not sold out everywhere, so it depends on where you are in the world. It's not completely sold out, so you can still get the Alita Steelbook if it is available in a Best Buy near you. I highly recommend that you get it. Highly recommend it. Super says, I thought they only changed the law in the Republic of Ireland. As far as I know, in Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK, it's still outlawed. Could be wrong on that, though. No, UK, no. The UK, it is legal. It is perfectly legal. It's been legal. I mean, that was one of the things, was that there would be people. There was part of the law was that women could not leave Ireland to go to the UK to receive one, too. That was a part of their law as well. So, no, that's not true. I mean, I'm pretty sure Northern Ireland is still under the law of the UK. So, Rosetta Allen says, Last Stand sucked hardcore. It was so horrible, they basically ignored the plot twist in Days of Future Past. Well, keep in mind, Last Stand happened before that, so that doesn't work. Alexander says, I meant a sad song in the background when you remember when Sophie Turner and Macy Williams were random regular people. Yep. Michael Martinez says, The Last Stand just makes characters and dialogue really silly. The first two were more realistic, which I liked. Right there with you. Sophie Turner is married to a Jonas brother? What? I thought the Jonas brothers were religious people, but I guess not. Asper Carly says, I respect your opinion of X-Men Last Stand. It's just not good. It's just not good. Mr. Millennium says they don't actually want change. They want their own opinion to be the only opinion and make themselves look like the victim. That's very true. But when it comes to issues like this, guys, the one that I'm talking about right now, it is not an opinion. To me, it's a biological fact. And that's why I get so passionate about it, because it is a biological fact. You know, I'm sorry. It's just, that's the way it is. If you don't like that, hey, sorry, not sorry. But I'm not going to deny what is true for the sake of anyone's opinion. Rosetta Allen says, I wonder why these spoiled celebrities don't do more with the abuse, kidnapping, and rape epidemic on the reservations. Oh, that's right. Natives are mostly pro-life and pro-military. Exactly right. And that's why, I don't know about you, Rosetta Allen, but I think Wind River was an excellent film because it exposed a lot of all that stuff going on. And I'm glad that movie got some attention. Soul Assassin says, the blue milk at Galaxy's Edge is made of soy. I'll just use my Coke discount and go Fiesta, Texas instead. Well, I have a Six Flags membership, and when I move to Tennessee, I'm going to be like an hour and a half away. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time at Six Flags. Yeah, seriously, screw Disney at this point. See, Tech Guy says, why would a company like Disney even support this stuff? I mean, it makes no sane sense why companies like Marvel self-destruct imposing these far-left propaganda. It doesn't make any sense, except for the fact that they know that they're so big that even if to them, I mean, think about it. It was the same logic that was used in 2016. Oh, it's just a bunch of deplorable people. Not realizing that it's a lot more than what they think. That's really what it comes down to. They don't care. They're stupid and they don't care. Bruce Lombardo, thank you very much for the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. Says, Odin, love your work. Work's kind of tight. Love you. Well, hey, man, thank you so much for the support. I still appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Bishop P.Y. says, got to give Sophie Turner some sympathy. She married a Jonas brother. Isn't that enough punishment? I guess it depends on what you mean by by being punishment. D-Live people, I have not forgotten about you. I love my D-Live people. I love you guys. And I'm so far behind on D-Live. Film Professor says, Odin the Hat is back. Yeah, the hat is usually on for the night streams. King Camp Park, thank you for the lemon. Filmy Professor, thank you for the ice cream. King Camp Park, thank you for the lemon. Peabody, thank you for the 2 ice creams. Filmy Professor, thank you for the lemon donation as well. Laura Story, gotta run. Laura Story, you have fun. You have fun. Filmy Professor says, Chris Stuckman is awesome too. I do like Chris Stuckman. Chris Stuckman is borderline, I would say, but at least Chris Stuckman is honest. He says, I don't like crapping on anyone, even if the movie's bad. He's at least honest about it. So that's why, to me, he's less of a shill than some other people. Kim Count Harper says, I understand the need to save a life, but I also understand their counter-argument with rape masters of their own body. No. And again, Kim Count Park, you're going to disagree with me here, but the way that a child comes into this world does not change the value of that child. Period. And you can't base an entire argument on less than 1% of all cases. I'm just throwing it out there. Filmy Professor says, Gal Gadot is awesome. There's a clip where Ezra Miller is trying to make her say down with the patriarchy, but she doesn't budge. Yep, I saw that clip, and it is amazing. Brad B. Hunter says, Odin uses that voice again. I'm going to turn on. What's going on? Dark Star 57, thank you for the ice cream, man. I appreciate it. Gotcha girl, thank you for the follow. Kim Camp Carp, thank you for the lemon. I appreciate it as well. More Raindrop 80. You like movies a lot? Oh, I love my movies. I love movies. Movies are great. Love you. I love them. I love the movies. I love the lemons as well. Yeah, movies are fun. All right, back over to my YouTube. Peep Super Anime Gamer says, don't forget the woman at the center of Roe v. Wade is a staunch pro-life advocate. Yeah, you want to know why? Do you want to know why? Because here's a fun fact that many people don't realize. You do realize that the lawyers involved in the Roe v. Wade decision, that they used and twisted Roe in that case to say things in a way that were not accurate. So the actual case itself is based on like false truth and half truth, which boggles my mind that it's still the law of the land. When she admits that she was pressured by her lawyers to say certain things in a certain way so that their case could be, airtight, even though it may not have been the complete truth. And yeah, that's why later in life she had a full-on conversion. It's just, oh my God, everything around that case is so infuriating. Sasha Neon says, Kit, Sophie, Amelia have diverse responses to series ending. Shame only one has been positive. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't good, though. It just wasn't good. Yivo says, you should say no uterus, no opinion to a pro-choice male feminist and watch his head explode. I know, seriously, right? Oscar says, I am seeing X-Men Dark Phoenix, but only because it has an ensemble film and the final of a saga. It was just a false Jean Grey movie, then no. Yeah, I mean, Alex McCarthy, that's why, as I said before, I'm going to watch it to review it, but money is definitely going to be going elsewhere. Probably to John Wick again. Super says, the fact that we can't even agree reveals an issue with the debate. In arguing pro-choice, you're arguing that the value of human life is subjective. Exactly right. And here's the thing. With any debates, with any discussion, you need to at least agree on a basic premise. And for this one, the basic premise is, okay, so what defines what a human life is? On one side of the argument, you have a very clear, this is what life is. On the other side, it's all over the place. Like no one can, and in fact, if you were to ask the heads of, and I hate to get political here as far as parties go, but this is just the way the platforms work. If you were to ask any head or any member of the Democratic Party, what is your stance on abortion? When does life actually begin? There is no answer, because on their official platform, they think it should be allowed at any time, at any point up and through the third trimester. That is how dangerous this entire discussion has become, is that now you have the so-called party of science being so anti-science and anti-life on a very clear-cut issue, especially now that the science is so abundantly clear on this. It's really sad. It is really sad that this is where we've gotten to at this point. Rosetta Allen says, I find it amazing how much we agree on the more I get to know. God bless you for a reasonable, compassionate heart. Thank you very much, Rosetta. I appreciate that. Tech Guy says, it says something about society when life itself becomes an enemy. Seriously. And again, when a freaking heartbeat, if that can't, in and of itself, if even a heartbeat cannot Lou says, a soul is a soul, but a toll is a toll, and a roll is a roll, and we don't got no tolls, and we don't got no rolls. I made that up. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just not... This has just got me so worked up. Yivo says, did anyone have high hopes for Dark Phoenix before that trailer? No. And that's the thing, too, is that most people had extremely low hopes for Dark Phoenix, and now this, to me, has just put a giant train straight through any momentum this film was going to have. I mean, I think any projections that they have are going to be cut in a huge amount. I mean, I don't know if anyone in Georgia is going to go see it at this point because of Sophie Turner's comments. And then with that trailer release, it's like, seriously, why would anyone want to go see it? Why would anyone in their right mind want to go see it? Smooth Jam California says, thoughts on the trailer of the new Pixar film Onward? For me, it's too early to judge, but I'm happy they're doing something new again rather than another sequel. I mean, again, and I said this before, I think that Pixar is really the only part of Disney's giant conglomeration that is doing anything as far as original work goes. So I am interested in Onward. I'm interested to see where it goes. But it is too early to tell. And I'm kind of worried about what Onward itself is actually going to mean. So we'll have to wait and see until we get a little bit more. The trailer, though, I liked it. Rosetta says, my godson survived 2 abortions. It changes you a lot to see a kid personally hurt by it. By the way, we pray they lost their dog this weekend. Well, I'm sorry to hear that very much indeed, but thankful very much so that your godson survived. Seriously. Slicer says, a decade ago, I got a double blade saber at Tatooine Traders for about $30. What is Galaxy's Edge smoking offering to charge so much? I know, seriously, that is ridiculous. I mean, you're already spending so much. You are overpaying just to walk inside the damn park, and then they're going to price gouge you like that for a freaking beverage? I mean, and you thought movie theaters were bad. Rosetta Allen says, I was referring to Xavier being dead. Nope, not anymore. They couldn't keep that plot point because it angered the fans. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, that movie was awful. That movie was so bad. Talk about The Last Stand. Not a very good movie by any means. Let's see. Will Gentry says, as I'm ridiculously late for bed, 2.5 hours, I just want to check in and say hi. Also, where are we watching The Rock tomorrow? If it's Rabbit, will you share the link tomorrow? We're watching it on Rabbit, so I will be doing another stream on YouTube. It's going to be on the secondary channel, Welcome to Asgard. So that's where we're going to kind of like meet up before the movie starts, and I'll share the link over there. So 9 a.m. is going to be the start time for that, and I'll share the link to the room. It should be the same room. So if you already were in the first room, you should actually get notified when I get active in that room. So you should already be there in the first place. But I will post the link again for those that have not joined. And so, yes, it'll be on Rabbit. And because I bought a copy, I didn't have it, and there was no streaming copy available either. So I ended up buying, it was like $10, I think. So I ended up buying that on Amazon. Super says, if you want Odin, thank you, fam. I appreciate that. Sen says, you are a Six Flags fan. Hell yeah, internet high five. Boom. I am a huge Six Flags fan. I'm an adrenaline junkie, and I love coasters. Coasters are my life. John Early says, how do you feel about people getting killed in the past over their religious beliefs or lack thereof? Because there's a lot of people didn't convert to Christianity in the past. Well, I think that obviously anyone that's ever been killed who's an innocent person it's just not a good thing. It's not good. It's not moral to kill an innocent person for any reason. Rosetta Allen says, Wind River's heartbreaking. It's the real epidemics, almost all outsiders because of the courts trying native hands for self-defense on res over 10 times worse than the rest of the country. I mean, and I think that's why Wind River is so powerful to me. And actually, it was one of my favorite movies is because it did tell a great story that I thought needed to be told. It needed to be told. Greta, what's going on, Greta? How's it going, girl? John Winkler says, thank you for your rant, sir. Whether or not I agree with you, I love your passion on issues like this. Well, John Winkler, thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate it. I'm sure everyone's like, I'm disliking now. Ooh. Yep, Ro admitted she was wrong. But we're not going to talk about that, are we? Jedi Knight and friend Walita says, enjoyed your chat with a flick pick. Hope you guys do it again. I just texted him earlier. He texted me back. I still need to respond to him. So I think we're going to try and do something this week, especially since I have a lot more of an open schedule this week. We're going to try and do another one, whether it's a live stream together or something else like a podcast. I don't know. But I'm going to try and get the flick pick back on the channel or join him on his channel for a stream too. Whatever he prefers. Stephanie B says, breathe. I'm trying. I'm trying. Alexander says, remember Chuck Wendig always saying Trump and Melania are going to eat babies? Ironic, isn't it, don't you think? It is interesting. As McCarthy says, John Wick 4 starring Keanu Reeves and co-starring Brie Larson and Sophie Turner. Would you see it? Sorry, so sorry. I came up with a nightmare scenario. I don't think they would ever actually do the movie because it would require them to do some of their own stunts. And as we all know, Brie does her own stunts. No, she doesn't. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Oh, God. If that were to ever happen, could you imagine? I can only imagine. Let's see. Mikey Martinez. What we got here? Sorry, I'm just looking at the notification. Mike Martinez says, I think you should definitely go to the car museum in Gatlinburg. It's a really cool place where it has cars from famous films like Back to the Future and more. Ooh, nice. I'm not a big Cars person, but a DeLorean. I do love me some DeLoreans. Sierra Productions says, what's up? Sierra Productions coming to another stream. So Alan says, he's truly an amazing man now, 19 and worlds above other millennial and Linkster kids. Huge heart. Nice. That's awesome. Favorite X-Men film, says the Senate. Logan or First Class? Logan or First Class? I love those two films. Probably Logan. Super says, speaking of Onward, I legitimately think the only original film coming out anytime soon. I went to the movies last night, saw 7 to 8 trailers, and none were original concept. Well, go ahead and look. Disney has its entire calendar posted for the next several years, and there is literally only one and maybe two. Because there's unnamed Pixar films. We don't know if they're sequels or if they're originals. So at this time, Onward is the only original film they have coming out over the next officially over the next several years. It's ridiculous. CF Production says, prayers for someone I know. I found out she had a seizure last night. Prayers definitely heading your way, CF Productions. I had to witness a student have a seizure at school this past year, and I know it's very, very scary. So definitely prayers heading your way. And by the way, guys, just so you know, I do, so ever since summer started, I do daily mass, because as you guys know, I'm a Catholic, and I really do love the Latin mass. I'm a traditional Catholic, so I love the Latin mass. And if you've been following me on Twitter, I was trying to find out the best, because I have a hand missal, and I like it a lot, but there's a lot of just cross-referencing that kind of gets my ADD mind confusing. And so I was asking for some help, so I actually just ordered another one. But I do pray for you guys every single morning. So I just want you guys to know that this is not just me selling a line. This is not just me trying to do anything else other than just speak honest and speak the truth to you guys. I pray for you guys every single morning, every single time we are praying for the intentions of those who we have lost. Anytime that we're praying for the intentions, I'm always praying for you guys. For those that have reached out to me about personal issues, always try and keep you guys in mind. So I just want you guys to know I am praying for you every single day, every single morning. And so I just want to thank you for being supportive of the channel, for putting up with my crazy stream schedule, especially right now with everything that's going on with the play and the moving and the job and everything. Y'all have been so supportive of me, and it really means so damn much to have that kind of support. And I always have said this from the beginning, I really feel like that this is a family more than it is just a YouTube channel. And so I just want to say thank you so much for being amazing people. And I just wanted you guys to know that. So prayers heading your way, dude. CR Productions, as my prayers are always heading to all of you guys, especially those who reached out with specific intentions as well. But I pray for everyone in general, and I try to remember as many of individual intentions as I can. Soul Assassin says, did you see the Galaxy Edge opening where the remaining cast looked like they didn't want to be there at all? No, I didn't, actually. I haven't been able to watch a whole lot of stuff today. Smooth Jam California says, the sad thing about Dark Phoenix is that it's based on probably the greatest story arc in Marvel Comics history. That's what I've heard constantly. But because of the bad studio decisions the last few years, no one cares. Yeah, apparently, they ruined it in the original. They're ruining it now, it seems. And apparently the only one that ever got it right other than the comics was the X-Men animated series, which I'm currently watching, and I haven't caught up with it yet. But by the way, I finished the Thrawn duology. I finished Visions of the Future. Oh, it was so good. God, it was so good. Timothy Zahn is a brilliant writer. They need to get Timothy Zahn to write the next Star Wars movie. The dude knows how to write. Get him on there, whether he's the actual screenplay writer, as long as he's attached. God, the man knows how to write a story. Senate says, Zac Efron as Wolverine. Your thoughts? You said that he could play anyone, and you'd... Oh, my God. Dude, Senate, I've been saying Zac Efron should be Wolverine, and I have no reservations about it. Zac Efron is awesome. Zac Efron and Jake Gyllenhaal are bae. Simple as that. I keep things very simple here. Oh, man, oh, man. All right, heading back over to my D-Live people. D-Live is going crazy. What's going on? Movies are fantastic. Kim Cam Park, thank you very much for the lemon. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. P-Pie says, yes, thank you very much, guys. So, again, if you are new to D-Live, then if you want to get my attention, if you want me to read a question or a comment, just put @Odin at the beginning of your comment, and I will read it. King Fisher, thank you for the follow. Fat Elvis, thank you for the lemon. I appreciate that very much so. Thank you. Fat Elvis says, are you taking suggestions for the movie watch? So tomorrow we are watching The Rock, because I have never seen it. Michael Bay's The Rock with Sean Connery. I've never seen it before. And so we decided earlier to do that one because I've never seen it. So I think that the Tuesday streams are going to be a lot of movies that I've never seen. So Escape from New York is definitely going to be one because I've never seen Escape from New York. But yeah, definitely going to be planning those out in the future. And I think that tomorrow what we'll do is we'll let the people there watching the stream tomorrow decide what the next week's movie is going to be. But I'm going to try and gear it towards movies that I've never seen before. So that way we can all enjoy it. Or maybe ones that we've, that some of us have never seen before. So, but we're watching The Rock, which the most of that, which I know only because John Flickinger quotes that movie whenever he does his Blu-ray reviews. Winners go home and F the prom queen, apparently is a line in the movie. And I can't wait to hear it. See, Rim Chomley, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hand missile. Kim Park says, thanks for the prayers, man. I hate that they use such a thing to just a virtue signal. I doubt Sophie even believes the crap they spout. And that's what the sad thing, too, is that do they have any conviction? Because I know we're all imperfect. Every single one of us. I am far from perfect, and I don't want anyone to ever think that I am better, that I am, almighty. Almighty Odin, but of course you're almighty. At the end of the day, I'm flawed. I make mistakes. I've made so many mistakes in my life. And I can understand when people make mistakes. The point is, and the question is, do you recognize the mistakes that you make? And do you try to the best of your ability to change? Because at least if you can recognize your faults and do the best you can to try to change, that is the most important thing. Because we're not going to succeed all the time. A great priest once told me, he was a great confessor, someone who heard confessions and gave some of the, a confessor is a priest that hears confessions. So he was a great confessor. And his words have always stuck with me since high school. And he said that, God does not judge you based on how much you succeed, but rather on how hard you try. And I think that there's so much truth to that. It's not about how many times you win the race. It's how many times you pick yourself back up by God's grace and continue to move forward. And I know that I struggle with that a lot. I know that many of you probably struggle with it as well. And that is the burden that we bear. That is the burden that we try and share with each other. And that's why I pray especially for these people in Hollywood. Because they are so pampered. And they are so closed-minded because they're surrounded by it. And so they can't see the truth. They can't see the fault in their own words and in their own actions. And it's just, it's sad. So as long as we here right now can recognize that we are flawed, every single one of you, myself included, we are all sinners. Again, we are all flawed. But do we recognize that? And do we recognize that we must, can, and will change? Will is a very important part. We must have the will and desire to change. Kim Park, thank you very much for the lemon. I appreciate it, man. Darkstar57 says, my priest would thank you for the prayers for me. He does a few for me too. That's awesome, Darkstar57. That's awesome, man. Phonemo says, I always thought Phonemo says, I always thought Efron would make a great Bruce Wayne. Hey, I think Efron could do anything. Zephron is bae, guys. Zephron is bae. Phonema says, how have you never seen Escape from New York? Because there are certain movies that have just gone past me. I've seen a lot of films, but there are, of course, a lot of films I have not seen. That's why I'm assuming Escape from New York is probably going to be one of our Tuesday morning streams for sure. Brad says, why do bubble baths cure the Last Jedi? What? Kim Park says, damn, Odin, you're going to love Snake. I hope. Brad says, Odin say AEW. Of course I'll say that. Fat Elvis says, Escape from New York is great because it knows what it is as a movie and it makes no apologies. That's what I've heard. I heard it's just a fun movie. I heard that it's just so much fun. So that's definitely a movie I would love to watch at some point. No question about it. All right, back over to my YouTube peeps. Let's see. Rosetta Allen says, the difference between Sophie and Jessie is when I told Jessie she was wrong, she sends me kindness. Sophie is a thug. Jessie is not beyond reason yet. Hugs to you, to your strong stance. Well, thank you, Rosetta. I appreciate it. Tina says, Brie is not the next Tom Cruise. She's the next her. Thank you very much. You're right, Tina. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. John Early says, I think I like 22 Jump Street better than 21 Jump Street because no Brie Larson. I've never seen 22 Jump Street. I like 21 Jump Street, though. It was funny. Rosetta Allen says, Brie Larson is the next Bakula murdering a franchise. Oh, God, let's hope not. Is she really? God. Tina says, Bree is the destroyer of all. She is the ring wraith. No, she is a wooden plank with blonde hair. No, because then she is going to be compared to Plank from Ed, Ed, and Eddie, and Plank from Ed, Ed, and Eddie has more personality in his role. Rosetta Allen says, prayers for the girl with her seizures. I have been through many in my life, and it is intense and painful. She has my prayers for healing. Absolutely. And again, as I said, it is a really difficult thing to watch because there's really not much you can do because you have to just make the area safe around them and let them seize. The most common mistake people make is that they feel like they have to, restrain them. It's like, no, that's going to hurt them. That has a higher chance of hurting them. So all that you can really do is, try and get anything that might be dangerous out of the way. So for the student that happened to, he was right next to a wall. And so I had to literally pull his feet out so that way his head didn't hit the wall. And it was very scary. And when he woke up from it, he was totally disoriented. And it was just, it was one of the, especially, if it happened to any kid, even the worst kid, I would still obviously, I could let anything that they have done in my classroom go to look out for them. But especially because it was one of my good kids, it was very hard. Let us see what we got here. So many things are going on in the chats that I'm so far behind. The stat says, in my opinion, it's Logan. It's fitting ending for X-Men. That's why I think Dark Phoenix will fail because it will be a crappy ending to X-Men. # Logan was a better ending. Logan was a great ending. Alex McCarthy says, Caesars are scary. My wife is an epileptic, so prayers and thoughts to those who go through it. Absolutely. Absolutely prayers going out to anyone that might be struggling with that. Rosetta Allen says, Bree is a feminazi wraith. She sucks men's souls for being male. Gosh. That's a little much. That might be a little too much. Because let's be honest, I pray for her too. I pray for her. I pray for everyone in Hollywood. I pray for the president. I pray for anyone running for public office. Because we have so many people in this world that are so full of themselves that need every prayer that they could possibly get. Rosetta Allen says, Alex McCarthy and prayers for Alex's wife as well. Absolutely. I was lucky to heal from my seizures, says Rosetta. But whether they stay or heal, they change your life and function forever. Oh, absolutely. Tina says, well, I'm exhausted by her. I've only seen another movie with her. It's by accident, like Kong Skull Island, Lord. Alexander says, did you see Kevin Spacey's Christmas Eve video? Are you talking about the one where he says, I'm not done, and he's like cutting the food in the kitchen? It was creepy. It was really creepy. Peabody says, this is a great family. That's why it's important we all send stuff so he has more crap to pack and move. Thanks, Peabody. Yeah, Peabody just sent me something that I have to check the P.O. box soon for. John Early says, I know you don't like John Campea, but I've seen him dislike trailers because of the background music selection. That's kind of a small and petty complaint, but it's his opinion, I guess. Yeah. Oh, God, John Campea. I love how that's so funny to me. He'll criticize a trailer for music, but yet he has no problem with The Last Jedi. Sick of Brie, you are. Shut up, she should. Darkness, her voice emulates. Mikey Martinez says, I've never seen The Rock either, but I hear it's one of Michael Bay's better films. Plus, I have a whole watch list for the summer. Nice, Mikey Martinez. Yeah, so that I like The Island. I've seen The Island, and it's one of my favorite Michael Bay films for sure. But I've heard The Rock is like his best, his opus dei, his quintessential. So I'm very excited that we'll be able to watch it tomorrow. So I'm very excited for that. So again, that'll be tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time is when the stream over on the Welcome to Asgard channel is going to start. There's also going to be a stream pop up on Twitter as well, just that way you guys know we're live. But the movie itself is going to be watched in the Rabbit app like we did for the last one. Tech Guy, thank you very much for the super chat. Just says, test. And I know that you sent another one, and I'm sure I'm going to get to it in the chat in a second. Peabody says, in your best Sean Connery voice, say, welcome to The Rock. Alexander says, would you say that famous people selling their souls is accurate? Not in a literal sense, no. Because no one can sell their soul. Every person has a chance of redemption. No one is beyond redemption. No one. And I know that's not a popular opinion, but no one is beyond redemption. Everyone, as long as you have breath, as long as you exist in time itself, you have the ability to change. Doesn't mean it's easy, doesn't mean it's going to happen, but everyone has that potentiality. Rosetta Allen says, what if we love our faults? Just kidding, kind of. I get exactly what you're saying. No, again, if our faults are sinful, then obviously we should try to correct them. But obviously we're all imperfect. As long as we can recognize them and try to perfect ourselves, as to, because what does it say in scriptures? Be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect. It's a hard teaching, and yet it is a teaching nonetheless. Stan says, I'm far from perfect. That's not a Spidey Far From Home reference. Tech Guy, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Says, you're a good dude. We love your stuff. Keep being you. You support us as much as we support you. Your heart is what it should be. Your heart is what should be judged. Heartbeat, eh? I know, seriously. Speaking of heartbeats, I agree. And that's why we always say, you want to know what's interesting about the church? So the church, for those that don't know, I'm a devout Catholic. The church, we have a list of saints. Do you know what we don't have a list of? People in hell. There's no list. Not a single person is on any list in hell. And the reason why is because the only being that can judge a soul is God. Because only God can know what's in the human heart. So thank you for that, Tech Guy. I really do appreciate it, man. Tina says, did you read Palancia's super chat from earlier? I did, and I read it, and it was an excellent quote from Thomas Sowell. I did indeed read it. All right, chat. Where am I in the chats? Beats of Angel says, imagine Bree and Sophie are villains in John Wick 4. They'd be great villains. Super says, oh, you're looking for movies you've never seen before. As an animation nerd, this could be really fun. Yeah, I'm not looking for a list right now, but tomorrow, one of those is going to be The Rock. We're watching The Rock tomorrow. Winners go home and after the prom queen. Rosetta Allen says, Bree is a plank, hard wooden, flattened, lifeless. All she has is faux outrage. And again, I hope and pray that she's able to come back to the light. So that says, Breed the Destroyer franchises. Smooth Jam California says, there's going to be a Joker cartoon now as well. I feel as if I'm the only person getting sick of seeing the Joker and everything. Give me damn Clayface. Dude, yes, Clayface. You want to know who my favorite character in the Batman anime series was? Clayface. He had one of the best origin stories. It was fantastic. The closest thing that we've gotten to Clayface was in Doom Patrol, if you know what I mean. John Wingler says, what pisses me off is that men don't have rights to their future children because it's not their body. I'm sorry, but last time I checked, it takes two to make a baby. Well, as I said before, even if you take that out of the equation, when we're dealing with a human life, that human life is unique. That human life has a unique genetic code. So when anyone says, it's my body, it's my choice, no, it's your body, but there's also another body in your body. And that's the body that we're talking about. And I'm saying that body should be protected because there is a life there. And since it's not a dog or a giraffe, but a human, it should be protected. Rosetta Allen says, talking about your experience, I was not even 4 when I woke in the hospital after a massive seizure knocked me out for hours. My brother pulled me out for a tub drowning as well. Oh my God, Rosetta. Well, again, obviously thankful that you are alive. That must have been terrifying for your brother. Rosetta Allen says, and by the way, all jokes aside, I do pray for Bree. No, seriously, we can joke about it all we want, but I do pray for them. Seriously, I pray for them all the time because I honestly think that they don't understand. I honestly think that they don't understand how far off the beaten path they are. and how dangerous their thoughts are. Because their thoughts are affecting human people. And whether they recognize it or not. I mean, at the end of the day, they can believe whatever it is they want. They can try and justify it in their mind to say, oh, but this is how I'm justifying it. But you can't change reality. You can't change the facts. And so that's why I pray for them. I pray that they're one day going to be able to understand, realize, and accept the truth that is out there. Because anyone can. Steven Glasker, man, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, Odin, like the new look, definitely better. Well, thank you, good sir. I appreciate it very much. It's very comfy. It's very, very comfy, and I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I'm going to try and maintain it as best I can. Modern Dude Thing says, I can't stay because me and my family is down sick, and I got to take care of them. Just posted a video on a writer who got attacked for having common sense. I'm sorry to hear that. Modern Dude Thing, go check his channel out. Michael Martinez says, I made a movie watch list for the summer and the rest of the year. To be honest, I don't think I'll have time to watch all of them. Due to the time, there's so much I need to catch up on. Man, I'm the same way because, I've got the stream schedule now. I've got to learn this damn script that I'm in the play for, so I'm spending hours working on that. I'm still trying to see movies in theaters, the new ones that are coming out, so that way I can do reviews of them. So, yeah, the summer that I was like, oh, I'm going to do so much. I'm going to watch so many. Nope. Not happening. By the way, watch the first episode of Swamp Thing. I'm interested. I'm intrigued by it. Effects are mostly good, I would say, for Swamp Thing. I'm interested to see where the story goes. Micah Martinez, got you already. Tech Guy says, that's Jesus' opinion. Yeah, Jesus' opinion, which is a fact. Darth Rongle says, just sold it last week for $10. What'd you sell for $10? Sen says, Jesse just uploaded I was wrong video. Not sure if it's a fake apology or maybe not convert. I don't know. I can hope and pray it's a conversion. A Human, thank you for the $5 super chat, says, ooh, Dan, trying to grow a beard and have it look as good as yours. Well, good luck with that, man. Good luck with that. It's possible. Anything's possible. Anything can happen if you let it. And man, oh man, I'm behind. All right, D-Live people. D-Live people. All right, AEW, Brad Beer Hunter, thank you for the 2 ice cream. Appreciate it. Filmy Professor, thank you for the 4 lemons. Fat Elvis, thank you for the lemon as well. Dion, thank you for the ice cream. Fat Elvis says, sell it so you don't have to move stuff. That's what we're doing. Yeah, I found an app called Declutter, which actually gives you decent value on Blu-rays and DVDs. So I'm thinking of just scanning through them all and saying, how much can I get by, trimming down my Blu-ray collection a little bit? Because there's some that I'm holding off so that way I can donate. I've also, by the way, I just recently, because it was on sale for $6.50, Ex Machina, which is an excellent film. 4K was $6.50. So I'm getting that. Once that one's in, I will definitely be gifting away the Blu-ray copy that I have because it's a really good film. Away during one of our giveaways. And then I also was able to get a movie that I didn't own, which was Bad Times at the El Royale for in 4K, which is just such a good movie. Fat Elvis says, sell it so we don't. Exactly. Sell. See a lot of WTF mates. WTF mates. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. WTF mates. Man, oh man. Flame says, I watched a live stream of people casting Reeves' Batman trilogy. The guy shows the guys that plays Varys from Calendar Man. Dude, I love the guy that plays Varys so much. His reaction when he found out his character died in Game of Thrones was, to me, the perfect embodiment of what the fans thought. Of just screw this garbage right here. This is stupid. Flame says, someone in the chat suggested Keanu Reeves as Ra's al Ghul. I'd be down for that. Ooh, Flames. I would like that. I would like that a lot. Kim Cam Park says, can I get the rabbit link? Wabbit season. Just create an account on Rabbits, and then tomorrow on the stream, you'll be able to just join it. Kim Park, thank you for the lemon. I appreciate it. Filmy Professor says, can we have a video where you talk about your movie collections? Filmy Professor, it is in the works. It is in the works. M. Tiger Home, thank you very much for the follow over on D-Live. Appreciate it. Don't worry. I'm going to do a Blu-ray collection video at some point. Probably not until after the show is over, because that's going to take a while for me, because I'm probably going to have to talk about a lot of them. So give me time. John Winkler, I'm very curious to hear what you think about cloning. Cloning is immoral. We should not play God. Rosetta Allen says, if you ever saw the Bedazzled remake with Brendan Fraser, they actually talked about you can't sell your soul because it belongs to God. Yeah, exactly. I actually like that movie. I don't know why. Smooth California says, Bart Simpson sold his soul and it didn't really work out for him. Sierra Production says, well said, brother. That's why our Lord Jesus Christ died for us. Damn right, man. Super says, oh, did you see the Ford vs. Ferrari trailer? I did, and I like it. New Christian Bale movie directed by James Mangold. Looks good, hoping for a Rush-style movie. Yes, it looked so good. So good. Tina says, I meant to tell you that before one of your videos today, Hulu showed a commercial for The Handmaid's Tale. Are you kidding me? God, yeah, and I have no control over that either. It's so funny that YouTube can be like, oh, we're not going to show ads on your channel, but then I'm like, oh, but I can't say that I don't want, like, seriously, I would love it so that I could say I don't want any Planned Parenthood. I don't want any of that nonsense playing before any of my videos because I don't agree with any of it. And I think that some of them, especially Planned Parenthood, are evil organizations. Evil. Yeah, that's right. I'm not mincing words there. It's an evil organization. Go ahead. Do a little history on the founder of Planned Parenthood. She was a known racist that tried to wipe out the African American population. No lie. Look it up for yourself. Fact check me. Darth Rongel says Hitler, Genghis Khan, Osama bin Laden, even they, as human beings, as long as they were alive, had a chance to convert. Did they? Probably not. But they had a chance. Just saying. Rosetta Allen says, we are commanded to pray for our enemies. I have a hard time explaining that to non-Christians. It is the toughest teaching that we have ever been given is to pray for our enemies, and yet Christ himself commands it. Peter Hand says, have you seen Wing Commander? I've never seen Wing Commander. Bruce Lombardo, thank you very much for the super chat, says, support EVS, his 1,000 Brie Larson video challenge. Oh, man. Oh, God. 1,000? Ooh, boy. John Early says, I was in a place called Union Gospel Mission, and I took a Bible studies class and asked them about the cup of Christ, and someone said, only the Lord can fill the cup of Christ. This is true, and that's why a priest stands in the place of Christ, and it is only through transubstantiation, which I'll have to get into in another stream, that is possible. It's not because of the priest. It's because of Christ himself working through it. Alex McCarthy says, you want to know what list we... You want to know what list we're on, Odin, Mr. Critic Cynic? Do you want to know what list? The list of Jericho, baby! Sorry, watching Raw, and all I heard was you say list. Alex McCarthy, you want to talk about Raw during a movie stream? Alex McCarthy, you want to talk about that? You want to talk about that right now? You know what, Alex McCarthy? You just made the list. Love it. Oh, greatest Jericho ever. Rosetta Allen says, those were two different seizures. My brother, same brother, had the same. Okay, gotcha. Sen says, Clayface had an amazing arc in the recent Detective Comics run where he tries to be a hero. Truly amazing arc. Nice. Okay, I don't read the comics, but he was great in that. Super says, Clayface would be difficult to do in live action, but I would absolutely love to see him in another movie cartoon. He's so cool. I'd love to see the Question and magical characters. Rosetta Allen. Let me see. That was the last one. That was the last one before. Let me find my place back in the chat. Yes, I swear, I need to find my place back in the chat. Where was it before it went away? Rosetta Allen. Rosetta Allen says, life is precious. I know several people who are the production of rape and abuse cases. They are amazing. Look up Rebecca Kessling at Save the 1%. Yes, exactly right. Because even in those atrocious situations, of which perpetrators should be put in prison for a long, long time, that does not mean that a life that could be produced in that action is at fault. The life of the child is an innocent one. Alexander says, imagine a teen in the 1990s inspired to pursue greatness by music person Brie Larson and then watch her speech today. I don't need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me. Sarah Production says, seriously, prayers for Brie. I really think she is diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. I've had personal experience with a person with it, and she seems like it fits. I think a lot of people in Hollywood struggle with that. Oh, God. Tina says, Gary, Indiana. God. Lord. Darth Rongel, my soul. Super says, James Wan is behind the Swamp Thing show, right? If it turns out okay, I might have to watch it. Swamp Thing is a great character. I don't know if he's behind it or not, but it's pretty good. I like it. Grandmaster says John Campea is not only a shill, but delusional to is delusional too now. He claims the competition don't have an impact on the box office against Avatar. God. He also said that the release of Aquaman in December was a terrible idea and that it would never make $1 billion. And here we are now. We make mistakes all the time. I mean, I've made mistakes in the box office too. But yeah. Rosetta Allen says, never sell your old movie collection. Some things are just being deleted everywhere, and we need copies remaining. Well, that's why I would only ever do it for movies that I know I have no interest in ever watching. Like movies that I bought where I was like, I'm going to buy it because it's cheap. And now I'm like, it's kind of taking up space. Sasha Neon says, Mr. Freeze is my favorite of the bunch. 90s animated version of Arkham games are so rare and so cool. Cool. Modern Dude Thing says, have you seen Detective Pikachu? Yep, I like it. It was a good movie. It was objectively questionable, but subjectively I enjoyed it. Smooth Jam California says, we all know about the Fox X-Men movies, but what about the others? Which was better or worse? Affleck's Daredevil and Chris Evans' Fantastic Four if you had to choose. Which one was worse? Daredevil. Yeah. That's hard. At this point in time, I'd say Daredevil, but I think it depends on the day. Machiavellian J says, is Godzilla child-friendly to watch for a child's 9-year-old? It could be. I mean, it's not like it's... I would say because I'm not a fan of the movie, no. Mikey Martinez says, for your next Blu-ray hunt, you should head to Best Buy. Sometimes there's good stuff in the $5 bin and some thrift stores. Here's the thing. You can find the $5 stuff online. Like, all their $5 Blu-rays are found online. Thrift stores, I know that you can find them in. There's a pawn shop near me as well. So I think for my next Blu-ray hunt, I'm going to be heading to some of those just to see what they have available. And hopefully we can actually go ahead and buy some stuff too. Might head into a bigger one like a Walmart or a Best Buy. We'll see. Smooth Jam California says, also, I don't care what anyone says. Elektra is better than Captain Marvel. Senate says, what milkshake is that from? Burger King. Burger King. Super says, I'm dreading the day I eventually had to move. I don't have a huge collection of Blu-rays. I collect books and comics. The others, dear God, so many. Oh, yeah. Seriously. Rosetta Allen says, Planned Parenthood is straight up racism and eugenics. It is. Look it up. It's a fact. It's a verifiable fact. Why do you think that so many of them are in low-income areas? Darth Rongo says, see, I disagree with almost everything you say, but I still think you're cool. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Rosetta Allen says, Sanger wrote about having a dream where the kid aborted because of her came to her, and she took it to mean they wanted her to kill them. Demanded doesn't cover it. Yeah, she was an evil person. Senate says, Planned Parentage, what WTF, the leader wants to exterminate the entire race. That's crazy as F. Yep, it was crazy. And yet, there are people currently in politics that have said good things about her, that have said that she was a great person. And one of them ran for president in 2016. I'll let you take a guess as to which one said the nice thing about the person that wanted to wipe out an entire race of people. But what would I know? I just trying to look at the facts. Phaser1X says, should we have turned the other cheek after 9/11? I'm Old Testament. You might be Old Testament, but at the end of the day, we responded. What happened? Someone responded against us. What happens? We respond. Here's the problem. It's the military-industrial complex. If I bomb an area, I've now killed not just bad guys, but innocent people too. And so now I've just radicalized those people to get revenge on me. They get revenge on me, and then I fight back, and then it's never ending. And that's why there is so much truth to that old saying, an eye for an eye makes the world go blind. Because at some point, someone needs to stop. At some point, someone needs to say, enough is enough. Because until that happens, it's never going to end. Mikey Martinez says, I'm going to leave, get some rest. I'm about to leave myself. I'm already past the time that I should be on. So I'm wrapping these things up soon. So if I skip any chats at the very end, I'm sorry. But I want to get this wrapped up. John Early says, Batman Beyond should get animated. I would love for Batman Beyond. Jake75 says, hello, how are you doing today? IHOP keeps playing around talking about burgers and stuff. What's all these companies? Burgers? I'm fine with burgers, though. Thoughts on Jack in the Box says, legit, 36. It's okay, I guess. All right, I'm skipping comments, guys. Sorry, so sorry. Yes, more Blu-ray hunting. Can't wait. Doing some more Blu-ray hunting this week. Definitely doing that. All right, D-Live people, don't worry. Heading over to my D-Live people because they deserve the love. Where is the love? Where is the love? Kim Campar, thank you for the lemon. Tiger Home, thank you for the follow. Someone said buffering. M Tiger Home says, yep, I searched all over for you on here, but you didn't show up on the search. Sorry to hear that, M Tiger Home. EVS needs to get on D-Live. Yep, I agree. Fat Elvis, you have a good one. You have a good one. D-Live. Don't text and don't take snacks to the bedroom. Kim Park says, get some rest, man. You too. Dion says, hail, good evening, Kim Park. Thank you for the lemon. Everyone out at a burger in chat. Yes, I want a burger. Burger would be delicious right now. Sonic has the best milkshakes. No, they don't. I'm going to be honest here. Sonic has cheap milkshakes. And I remember I was so excited because they were like, after 8 o'clock, you get half-price milkshakes. And I got my milkshake, and I'm like, this thing feels like only half of it is full. And it's because most of it is foam. So that's where I stand there. But anyway, thank you guys so much for this really great chat. I hope you learned something useful and valuable. Before we go ahead and end it completely, though, let me go ahead and shout out all my patrons. I finally was able to update my list for the month of June. So a huge shout out to Albertus Magnus, Baptist 702, Brandon Blick over at Subscribestar, Brian P. Chicago Joe 47, Dan Maloney, Dark Star 57, Delete System 32, Dion, Edward Coleman, Enrique Evangelista, Entertainment Hacker, Frank the Tank and the Shawhan Weeder Dog Clan, Harold Francis, the Hunka Chunka Funka Monkey, Inflan Wood, Interdrap Productions, Jason Clark, Jeffrey Toon, Jonathan Jerembeck, Laura Story, Matthew Kadish, Mello, Mr. Peabody and his evil twin, Outpost Dyer, Perpetual Punster, Projar Sarif, Proper Ginevra, Riff Magos, Shenglong, Sir Lancelato, Theodora, the K-Man, the DJD Show, those two ball guys, and Tina B. You are all amazing and beautiful people. Super says, thanks for hosting an awesome stream. Have a great night. You have a great night as well. Super, Peabody, Steph, Tina, the best people in the business, the best Valks in the business. Let's give some huge shout outs to Steph and Tina in the chats. Good night, guys. Also, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, over on the Welcome to Asgard channel. So, Valks, please post a link to that over on the YouTube channel. And you can also find a link to it in the description of this video as well. And you can find a description in both D-Live and also on YouTube. You can find links to those things there. So what we'll do is similar to Saturday. We'll start the stream off on YouTube, and then I'll get the link out to everyone for the room where the movie will be watched. If you have your own copy of The Rock, you can, of course, watch your own copy of The Rock. I'll have a little clock up, and so that way you'll be able to follow along with us if you indeed want to come in. And remember, guys, when you join the room, don't touch anything unless you're making your screen bigger so that way it's full screen for you or whatever it is that you need to do. Don't play with the controls or it's going to be a bad time. Don't play with the controls or it's going to be a bad time. But anyway, we are watching The Rock tomorrow, and that is indeed the Michael Bay film, The Rock, which I've never seen. So very excited for it. 70B, thank you so much for that. Appreciate you. Tech Guy, Alex McCarthy, Rosetta Allen, the Senate, Phaser 1X, Dion, Zia Productions, coming to another stream, Iron Vet Designs, Beats of Angels, and the Senate, and Brad Beer Hunter, M. Tiger Home, Darkstar 57, Dion, Kim Park, Brad Beer Hunter, Fat Elvis, and Flames 1107. Guys, thank you so much. Filmy Professor as well. Thank you so much, guys. If you're over on D-Live, hang out for a little bit. I'm going to be releasing the chest. I'm going to put a few extra Lino in it, and also, put the chest out there for you guys. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. You're all amazing and beautiful people. Have a wonderful evening. And as always, guys, seriously, praying for you every single morning. Please keep me in your prayers as well, because there's a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of crazy things going on behind the scenes for me. So I would appreciate your prayers as well. I will keep you in my prayers. I ask that you keep me in yours as well. Thank you for your love, for your support. It really does just mean the world to me that these streams, the morning streams, the night streams, even when I'm changing the times on you guys, that you guys are there and being so damn awesome. Tomorrow night stream is also going to be wacky as far as when we actually start the stream, because I do have rehearsal around the time I normally stream, so it'll probably be another late stream, probably going to be during the High Council, but we'll make those things work. AutoWorks coming in, dropping some bombs at the last minute. AutoWorks, thank you for the lemon, ice cream, and Diamond Dude. I appreciate it. Dion, thank you for the ice cream. Dion, thank you for the lemon as well. Thank you so much, guys. I love you with the bottom of my heart. Have a wonderful evening. And as always, God bless.